David 67 Celtic News YouTube channel for Saturday the 26th of August. A couple of things to cover today. A preview for the St Johnstone match tomorrow, and a quick run through of all the incomings and outgoings and loans, etc., that are rumoured to be happening in the next week or so prior to the transfer window closing at midnight on Friday, going into Saturday. Start with the transfer stories. It looks like the deal for Luis Palma from Aris Thessalonica is very much reaching its final stages. The 3.5 million fee appears to be within Aris Thessalonica's demands. There have been talks between Celtic and Luis Palma's agent, and the wage upgrade to move from Greek football to Celtic is what he is looking for. He prefers to stay in Europe, and so the interest that is also present coming from Saudi Arabia appears to be going away. And also he would appear to have had some contact with one of Celtic's ex-players, Emilio Izaguirre, who was a Honduran left-back for quite a few years, successfully with Celtic, couple of spells with Celtic, with great success in his first spell, and Izaguirre appears to have recommended Luis Palma to come to Celtic. I think he actually is the best of all the options that have been put forward to cover our wide players. And one thing that very much I think is in his favour is his ability at direct free kicks from in and around near goal. And he has a very high success rate in Greek football with direct free kicks. If he could be anything like the great Shunsuke Nakamura, who some of you may remember, I would be absolutely delighted, as he won so many games for Celtic with his wonderful free kicks. However, also Luis Palma is good at creating goals, good crosses, ability to drive into the box, beat players, set up other players, also to get on the end of crosses and knockdowns, and has a high success of goal scoring for a wide player. And I think he is close to a replacement for Jota, plus with the benefit of the direct free kick option. Celtic also are looking more for a loan player to cover at centre back for the next 6 or 12 months, which should allow CCV, Navroki, Kobayashi, and Welsh all to get back to fitness. And interestingly, Lyanco, who is a 26-year-old Brazilian currently at Southampton, appears to be on the radar as a loan option. Uncertain whether that's with a view to a transfer at the end of the loan, as was the case with CCV and Jota. But he comes with a good reputation from Premier League football, has appeared to have dropped down the pecking order at Southampton with a couple of signings in central defence by Southampton, and is thought to be available on loan from Southampton. He is good defensively and good with the ball at his feet, good in possession, is said to be calm and reassured, and does sound like a good option for Celtic. And hope he turns out half as good as CCV if the Lyanco loan deal does go through. Rather disappointingly, however, it would appear that Rocco Vata may well be on his way out of the club. Contract negotiations don't appear to have got off the ground between Celtic and Rocco Vata's agent, and he does appear to have been quite keen to leave Celtic and try football in Italy. And there is said to be interest from a couple of Italian clubs, such as Verona. It would be sad to see Rocco Vata go, um, as I do think it's important for Celtic to try to keep hold of their talented young players, as it helps in so many ways, such as UEFA criteria for squads for European competitions. However, if negotiations have broken down, Celtic would be getting a fee of compensation if he does move at this stage. And so, if that does go through, it would be sad, but it would appear to be the main option now. Ryan Fraser, who was said to be on Celtic's radar, although that was never confirmed either by Newcastle's manager Eddie Howe or our manager Brendan Rodgers, now appears to have gone on a season-long loan to Southampton. And it would appear that Newcastle were always intending on loaning him rather than selling him. No mention of any movement with Daniel Podence, although I do like the theory some are putting forward regarding him being available for freedom of contract, in essence, negotiations in the winter transfer window, as by that time his contract will be running out next May. Rio Hatate and Matt O'Reilly are both said to be being scouted and heavily followed by a number of English teams, primarily Spurs and Brighton, both of whom have good knowledge and good experience of the Asian market. Although Ange Postecoglou in his Spurs press conference didn't indicate he was thinking of pursuing Kyogo or Hatate, just that he was confident from his past experience that those players and those sorts of players would settle well into English football, as was also the case with the Brighton management structure. There are backup options, it appears, if Hatate and or O'Reilly does leave in the next week prior to the end of the transfer window, as there are a couple of Man City under England under 21 internationals, Doyle and McAtee, both available, it's thought, on a loan deal or loan to final purchase deals. And they both come with excellent reputations, and both, I think, would fit in very well to Celtic's team. That pretty much brings us to the end of the transfer news. However, tomorrow is our game against St Johnstone. Very important that we bounce back straight away from the disappointment last Sunday against Kilmarnock. And from Brendan Rodgers' press conferences, the indications are that Celtic's players have trained very well this week, have shown a lot of energy and vigour and desire to come back twice as strong. And I am fully certain that Celtic will win very comfortably at the weekend, 4 or 5-0. St Johnstone are, I think, the weakest team currently in the top league in Scotland. Team prediction would be Hart in goals, Alistair Johnson happily back at right back, Lagerbielke and Scales in central defence, Greg Taylor at left back. I think Odin Thiago Holm deserves a second chance in central midfield, alongside McGregor and Matt O'Reilly, and up front, Abada, Kyogo, and Dyson Maeda. Although I would actually love to see Haksabanovic or Yang starting in place of Maeda and on the left, and then that would keep Maeda on the bench to come on to replace Kyogo or to come on to play alongside Kyogo should it be required in the final third of the match. Also, this keeps on the bench players such as Toki Iwata to cover in defence and midfield, Turnbull to cover in midfield, and would allow Celtic to cover various options and change the game and rest players if things are going especially well. As I am still on holiday, I won't be doing a post-match live stream, but do plan to do a post-match reaction video later on Sunday afternoon, early evening, and we'll also try to catch you up with any transfer news, rumours, gossip, and any confirmation of our deals for Luis Palma, although under stock market regulations and deals don't tend to get announced until the opening of the stock market on Monday, now that we're on to Saturday. Should have said right at the start, please like and subscribe. Little by little, the subscriber numbers are going up. And also remember, there will be a, just for fun, quiz question in the community section. So, just to reiterate, please like and subscribe. It does make me so happy when my numbers go up by 1 or 2 or 5, as it has been on occasions. And as always, I do fully appreciate any comments, particularly nice ones or praiseworthy ones. And also a few of you have dropped little questions as to what I think about certain Celtic issues. And again, I'm always happy to reply as and when I can. So, thanks for listening today. Thanks for watching. Speak again late on Sunday afternoon. And so, goodbye and hail, hail.